four-time Champ Car Series champion and six-time Verizon IndyCar Series race winner Sebastian Bourdais was driving an outstanding race before he drove into the pits because the leader for that which would have been his final stop on lap 60 during Sunday's Toyota Grand Prix of Long Beach IndyCar race.
As luck would have it, his Dale Coyne Racing teammate Zachary Clayman de Mello had hit the turn 10 wall to bring out the yellow flag. Because the pits were closed, Bourdais had to drive down pit lane without making his stop and went from the leader of the race to 11th after the pits were open on lap 62. Another contender, Scott Dixon, also pitted on lap 60, but because he was out of fuel, he had to pit in a closed pit area and was later assessed a drive-through penalty by IndyCar officials. It ruined the chances for both drivers of at least contending for the victory as Bourdais finished 13th and Dixon finished 11th.
After the race, Bourdais, who has 37 combined open-wheel victories between his kart and IndyCar days, unloaded on idiot drivers that he had to contend with when he was relegated to deep in the field.
"We had a hell of a race going on and got nothing out of it," Bourdais told Auto Week. "It's always the same. We hung ourselves to dry. It's partially us to blame and partially the series. When two guys are driving nose to tail and we're already past the incident, I really don't see closing the pits on those guys because you are just killing their day. They did nothing wrong other than racing hard and not wanting to give up to each other."
At the end of the day, it's turning into a circus and it's a shame. You have clowns who make mistakes who drive for idiots that benefit from situations from like that.
Bourdais admitted that he benefited from a closed pit situation with his victory in the 2017 Firestone Grand Prix of St. Petersburg when some of his contenders were caught in a closed pit area, giving Bourdais a tremendous advantage.
"I've been on the winning end of that a couple of times in the last couple of years, but it doesn't make it right," Bourdais said. "When you have that kind of day to get a 13th place out of it and you have to race idiots, and you can quote me on that, idiots, for fricking 15th place, that's just absurd," Bourdais said. "I end up side by side with Charlie Pinball who just fricking turns on me, bends both toe links on the right side for 11th place.
Then, you race the good guys at the front and when you pass them, they give it up? Then, you have two kids, Leist and Jordan King, one dive bombs you, turns you around and finishes your day and Leist tries so hard to crash you I'm not sure he even knows his name.
God damn it, guys, for 14th freaking place? What are we doing?"
Bourdais said race winner Alexander Rossi was the class of the field.
"It's good that he didn't get screwed, but we didn't deserve 13th place today," Bourdais said. "It's sad."
Earlier in the race, Bourdais made a tremendous pass over Dixon, but he had to give back the position because his wheels had driven over the blue lines in the pit area. He gave up the position but passed Dixon again and was hoping to at least have a shot at racing with Rossi later in the race.
"We've got really good race pace and we can't put it in qualifying, but hopefully we can keep this going," Bourdais said. "The new car allows us to race better, but this is a shame."